And these lights just killed my eyes. So we're getting ready for this first game, and I'll tell you what, Sox come into 7-3 against Minnesota this year. They're a half game back of the Twins. Sox lost that game yesterday to the Tigers 9-2, but they did take 2 out of 3. And tonight we have a real nice pitching matchup.
You better believe it. Mark Buehrle, Brad Radke. These two are two outstanding pitchers in the American League. Mark Buehrle on the year is 3-0 against Minnesota. He has had 3 out of his last 4 starts have been quality, not to mention the 27 batters that he faced in Cleveland while throwing a complete game, just giving up 2 hits. Brad Radke on the year is 1-1 against the Sox, but has an ERA well over 6. In his career, 13-11. So tonight, it's really going to come down to who's throwing the ball better. Simple as that.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. Game 1 of this 3-game set, and DJ will be back with the rest of the starting lineups.
Back here at U.S. Cellular Field, where it is time right now to go through Ron Gardenhire's batting order. Starting things off is DH Shannon Stewart. Nick Punto bats second. Lou Ford, he's in left. Victor Morneau, Hunter, and Kadire. Then you have Koski, Blanco, and Guzman. Folks, we are ready for some baseball as Mark Buehrle ready throw that first pitch. And Ken the Hawk Harrelson is ready with the play-by-play.
Hi, DJ. Thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here with Fox Sports Net. First of a 3-game set as Shannon Stewart, the DH, takes first pitch off the plate. Stewart had 298 for homers. He's driven in 20. He has faced Buehrle 13 times, has 6 hits, 5 of which have stayed in the park, as Minnesota comes in at 54-44. They're hitting .262 as a club with a 4.10 ERA. Outfield straight up for the 30-year-old outfielder.
And taking a look at Mark's numbers, 10 and 3, a 3.86 earned run average.
Go get him,
Opponents hitting 278 against him on the season.
Buehrle 3-0 this year against the Twinkies. 13-4 in his career. And all of us here at Fox Sports Net would like to welcome our affiliate, Charter Communications, and all our viewers in Marengo and Genoa, Illinois. Marengo and Genoa, yes. That's trouble. Gotta let it go.
Let's check out the Sox setup defensively. Brought to you by Danley's Garage World. You'll see Lee, Rowan, and Perez as the outfielders. Creedy, Valentine, the left side of the infield. Harris, Carnarco, the right side. Jamie Burke behind the plate. And Jamie Burke was behind the plate when Mark Buehrle threw that outstanding game in Cleveland. That 2-hitter.
Switch hitting second baseman Nick Punto at 256, couple of homers. He's driven in 12, and they tell us he has been playing very well, as there's the attempted push bunt. And the count 0-1. We're at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field. 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center.
Punto is on a 6-game hitting streak. In which he's driven in 6 runs over that period.
Just a short lead by Stewart. One ball, a line drive, hard, runner. So a soft line drive out, and it'll bring up to left fielder Lou Ford.
Punto catches that off the end of the bat a little bit. Jose thought he was going to have to get up a little bit earlier. Backed it down and timed it perfect.
Ford at 305, 12 homers, 49 knocked in. Ford can hit. Minnesota 26-22 on the road. And that's a favorite spot of his. Out there in left center field as Stewart Makes the turn. So the swinging bunt, infield single by Stewart, and the soft base hit into left center. One out, runners at the corners.
That's just good base running right there by Shannon Stewart. As he goes around and sees the direction that Carlos Lee is going away from third base. Very difficult to throw back across his body. And very wisely, Carlos Lee does not try to force something with the throw into third base. He keeps the double play intact.
First baseman Justin Morneau, 24 years old and 67 at bats since being called up, hitting at .299, 5 homers and 13 driven in.
Oh, and he can hit left-handers. Hitting .280 against him with a couple of those home runs coming against southpaws out of the 5 total. And Ford, he will run. He has 13 stolen bases, been caught just once.
First pitch strike. Got a sellout here tonight.
Got none on you, 5-6.
Another nice walk up. As the 0-1 pitch. Bucks averaging 24,695. And tonight's crowd will push them up close to the 25,000 mark. And that's a souvenir left side.
I guess Morneau hit himself a bomb yesterday in Baltimore up on Utah Street. That is out of the stadium.
And once again, the 0-2.
Morneau, this year in AAA, was hitting .306 before he was called up. Had 22 home runs, 63 driven in 72 games.
Look at this. They're gonna. Oh, Joe started to go home. They still get him, but Shannon Stewart scores, and it's 1-0 Minnesota. He just couldn't find the ears on it.
Yeah, it looked like that, and also looked like he didn't want to take a chance of hitting Stewart in the back and not having an out at all. So he had just enough time to go over to first base and get Morneau. I think that Joe didn't like the angle, the way things were shaping up for him right there, and chose wisely to go to first and at least get an out.
Well, Jamie Burke had come out, if you'll watch right here, Jamie Burke, he had come out to give him an angle because he knew Joe couldn't get one. Torrey Hunter takes first pitch strike, which was a good move by Burke.
And you could see on the replay that Joe did not have a grip. He had to reload it and get it over to first in a hurry.
Change up low and away.
Torrey Hunter got himself a bit of an off year in the power numbers.
Good change, good motion right there by Buehrle. Taking a look at that play at home. That's a little. Now watch Jamie Burke.
Go get him, Mark. Go get him, Buehrle.
As you can see where he had come out to give Katie the angle, if indeed he did want to come home or could come home. Two out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lou Ford at second.
Minnesota, runners in scoring position and 2 outs on the year as a team. They've only hit 199.
A changeup hit into center field. Aaron Rowan is there. He'll make this catch, and that'll retire the side. But the swinging butt single. Oh, the batter Shannon Stewart comes around to score, and after a half inning of play, it's Minnesota 1 and a good
Top half of the first, but time right now to take a look at Ozzie Guillen's batting order for tonight. Willie Harris, Jose Valentin, and Carlos Lee, the first three. Everett, Canerco, Kimo Perez, there in the middle. Then Rowan, Creedy, and Burke. Brad Radke, 6-6 this year, but an outstanding 3.82 earned run average. Defensively, Minnesota going to set up from left to right in the outfield. Ford, Hunter, and Kadire. Koski, Guzman, Punto, Morneau are the infielders. Blanco does the catching. And our weather tonight, 69. Nice and cool, as you see. Forecast is cloudy and cool. And our umpires, Mike Everett, Ed Montague, the crew chief, Jerry Meals, and Matt Hollowell over at third base.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours, as Willie Harris will lead it off. Takes first pitch strike. Willie at 265, no homers, 15 knocked in.
Well, we better not be sitting around waiting for walks tonight. Here is about as good as it gets when it comes to not allowing Brad Radke. Only 11 walks on the season. At 11. In 134 innings.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where's that been? Better late than never. Beautiful job. Willie Harris pushing it to second base, and he might have even put the second baseman out of this game because of it. Punto came in hard, gave the best effort that he could. Getting past that pitcher, but Punto lands right on his shoulder. Harris not trying to pop that ball up over Radke, just trying to push it past him, but either way, it worked out perfectly. Could be the perfect time for Willie Harris and others in this lineup to start taking advantage and putting some balls down and forcing the defense to make plays.
Pretty good jolt Nick Punto took right there.
Landed full force on his shoulder. Very common, he's taking a good look. And you saw the grimace on Punto. There's no way he's staying in this game. Watch, full bore on the shoulder. Let's hope it's not a separation. Yeah, if it was separated, he wouldn't be swinging it like that. So Louis Rivas. Rivas is struggling a little bit offensively, so Punto is going to get a little more playing time, but Rivas has not been sat on the bench or anything like that. He was just getting a night off.
So we are ready for action, and that'll bring up Jose Valentin. Jose at 244, 22 homers, 57 knocked in. Jose has faced Radke 71 times in his career, 18 hits, 13 of which have stayed in the park.
Old beard, long hair.
And he's going to bunt.
Isn't it funny? Now, White Sox hitters will see somebody successful at a bunt. Next thing you know, you'll have 3 different guys in the lineup trying to do it that night. You might go a month straight without somebody trying to get a bunt hit before that.
Just a decent lead by Willie. There's a shot hooking foul.
Back at him, Goose, Goose.
Good two-strike hitter, Jose, right here. Checks it up, and that pitch is down. 1-0 Twins if you're just tuning in. Swinging bunt infield single by Stewart. And after an out, a little soft single into left center by Lou Ford. Stewart taking third, and then he scored. Watch out. Radke has a quick move to first.
Yeah, and Willie, he was just stepping towards second base and almost got caught in between, his feet slipping a little bit. Right there, set that foot, and then all of a sudden Radke's coming over. Luckily,
Good shot, Jose.
just barely getting back. Now, we talk about it all the time. Willie Harris is quick enough and fast enough to have himself a normal size lead and lean towards second rather than leaning back towards first with a big lead. If he leans towards second, he can still get back on the pickoffs.
That's inside.
Somehow, you have a leadoff man with the speed that Willie has. You've got to get that aggressiveness in him to pick the right moments to steal bases. Willie has just not had it in him. He has not had the good feeling out there.
High pop up. And that is out number one. And right now let's check out our Heineken picks to click tonight. You see Jim Angio, our director of recruit, Carl Everett, Robin and DJ going with Joe Creedy, and Greg Russo and all the good folks down at Maggiano's. Greg Russo and his family. Not going to go with Aaron Rowan. Carlos Lee. Carlos at 301, 17 homers, 62 knocked in. There goes Willie. And that pitch is popped up right side, foul ground, everybody giving chase, and nobody would be able to get there. Willie did not have that good a jump.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And again, he just has got to get the feeling. And what it is for a base runner is you just get a sense. You can't. Well, look at Radke's foot is already well up before he took off. I mean, he should have already been 2 steps further along. That's when you've got the good feeling. You are already leaning towards second base when that pitcher makes that first initial move. It gives you 1 or 2 steps more on your jump.
Carlos, a couple of career home runs off Radke as that pitch just catches the outside corner. Carlos didn't like it.
Radke getting ahead of the hitters. Looked like a spinner he threw up there, a deceptive spinner. Stayed straight.
One and two. Sox hitting at 273 as a team with a 4.56 ERA. Sox are 30-18 here at home. And the Sox have won the last 4 and the last 7 out of 8 against Minnesota. They'll take that 7-3 season series edge. So counting this one, 9 more with the Twinkies this year. There goes Willie. Blanco with a throw into center field. As they used to say, in this league, son, they slide, but they don't fly.
Willie with a little bit better jump that time. Still not great, but still it forces the defense to have to make a play. Just like he did on his bunt. That pitch is up. It got Blanco a little out of form. And because of it, he throws it out to Torrey Hunter in center field. And that'll work. Willie's creating some action here in the first inning.
Well, he created action enough to bring the Minnesota infield in as Carlos Goes down on strikes.
Radke pitches as good as anybody in baseball up in the strike zone. Perfectly on the outside corner, just above the belt. Carlos right underneath it.
Radke, 31-year-old veteran, 6'2", 185 pounds, out of Largo, Florida. And here's Carl Everett. The numbers on Carl since he has joined the Sox. Probably 20 or 30% of the time you'll have a pitcher out there that you can say, hey, how about we'll take a wild pitch or a pass ball. Not with this number 22 out there. And the count 2-0. Radke, 122 wins, 116 defeats. But he has been an outstanding pitcher. First part of his career, Minnesota was not very good. Boy, there's a big motion and little pace.
Brad Radke is 23rd all-time in baseball history with 1.69 walks per 9 innings, with starters with more than 250 starts in their career. 23rd all-time.
Yeah, it was so good he backed it up with another one.
He's liable to do it again.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out.
You see his career numbers. He's been voted before in the past the best changeup in the American League. I've seen him throw it 3 straight times before in the past.
That ball hit hard into center field, but the wrong man is out there. So the Sox have a golden opportunity. Man on third, 1 out. Can't do anything with it.
Ball.
Jose Valentin. Throw out Mike Kadire. A quick out here in the top of the second. 1-0 Minnesota.
First pitch swinging Mike Kadire. Little change up from Buehrle. He catches off the end of the bat. No problem.
That'll bring up the veteran third baseman Corey Koski at 238, 14 homers, 42 knocked in. Koski 14 for 46 lifetime. Against Buehrle with a homer. And the count 2-0. Bottom of the 4th in Cleveland, 6-2 Tigers. Top of the 5th in Toronto, 4-1 Yankees. Top of the 4th in Baltimore, 6-0 Boston. And later on, Seattle at Oakland and Anaheim at home against the Rangers. Fisted. 2 down. And with 2 out, let's check out our U.S. Cellular White Sox question of the day. This team will win the season series. White Sox or Twins? This text message. Catcher Henry Blanco at 201, 5 homers. He's driven in 18. Henry got off to a real good offensive start. 33-year-old veteran receiver. And make no mistake about it, he is a good catcher.
Blanco, he's one of those guys that pitchers love to throw to. Calls a very good game. And he's got quite the arm back there. We didn't see it a little while ago, but he does.
There's a shot ripped into left field. So Blanco at first, 2 down. That'll bring up the shortstop switch hitting Christian Guzman at 281, 5 homers, 28 driven in.
this season against Minnesota. Mark Buehrle has thrown 22 innings, and he has allowed 5 earned runs, 3-0.
First pitch strike to Guzman. There's a shot base hit. So 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the second.
One thing about facing a team so much as White Sox, Twins play those 19 games a year is the hitters get to know you very well, and they have a game plan. And pitchers like to stick to their usual way of getting hitters out. So it's really a game of back and forth. You pitching them a little differently and them making adjustments.
Here's Shannon Stewart. Had almost a Baltimore chop to lead off the ball game. Big swinging bunt right down the third baseline. Came around to score.
Just no 2-out rallies. Let's kill it right here.
And the count 2-0. Louis Rivas on deck.
Shannon Stewart has now hit in 13 of his last 15 games. Lifetime coming into this season, .303 hitter. He's hitting .302 this year.
There's a strike.
He's good.
Well, you know he's good. When he joined the Twins last year, they were scuffling offensively a little bit, and all of a sudden, poof. In the time he was in that Minnesota uniform, they averaged more than a run a game than they were. And that's slap.
And Shannon used to be a big base stealer until the new manager showed up in Toronto and all of a sudden said, all right, we don't run around here. And he went from 27 stolen bases in 2001 to 14. Last year he had 1 stolen base in 71 games with Minnesota. Now the most he's swiped in the big leagues is 51. Back in 1998 he stole 51 bases. All the way down to 1. That's amazing.
No, that's criminal. That's what it is.
And then you know what happens. It just takes you completely out of that kind of game plan. You just stop doing it. You forget how.
Well, another way to put it is that's bad baseball. When you got a weapon like that and an asset like that, if that trend continues, what you're going to do is you're going to have all those clubs underneath that umbrella, so to speak. No fast guys are going to go there, especially guys who aren't power hitters. And then what you're going to wind up with as a team is there's a payoff pitch and there's a base hit. He just fisted that one out there. So Stewart has not hit a ball hard yet. He's 2 for 2 with a run scored and an RBI.
Well, that's Shannon Stewart for you. He just puts the bat on the ball. He can hit the ball hard all over the place, but he's a good contact hitter. And he's also a clutch hitter. Drives in some big runs. And the 2-out rally continues.
So Louis Rivas will be the hitter. Rivas was not in the lineup. He just came in last inning for Punto. If you're just tuning in, he's 9 for 38 lifetime off Buehrle. The speed's been one of the most attractive assets for a player in the history of the game of baseball. And with this current philosophy of Billy Beane and some of his proteges, those guys are going to have trouble, if not impossibility, of signing guys who can run. It's part of their money-making process. And what the clubs are going to be left with down the line are teams that don't have any speed, and that'll translate into no range defensively. But again, if you got 2 or 3 20-game winners, then you can do anything you want to do. Good strike. There's where he's going to have to start pitching. Mark, when he gets a little tentative out there, which is not, that's the wrong word. When he gets a little in between out there, A lot of times he'll stay away. And that is right to Creedy. Rather than bust him inside. But they pick up another one, and after an inning and a half, it's 2-0. 2-0 Minnesota, and right now let's check out our Rico sounds of the game with Jamie Burke being Mike tonight, having some little interaction with home plate umpire Mike Everett.
PCO. Good, man. I'm doing great.
We're on a mic tonight.
Yep. Having fun, huh?
Yeah, if you're going to catch and you're going to be mic'd up, you better tell that umpire.
I bet he knew ahead of time.
Yeah. I'm sure they let him know. As Paul Konerko will lead it off against Brad Radke. Takes first pitch strike. Paulie had 292, 26 homers, 67 knocked in.
Tonight's two starters, two of the best control pitchers in the American League. Therefore, because they're always around the plate throwing strikes, they have a tendency to give up a lot of hits. Radke has given up 151 hits in his 135 innings. But only 11 walks, so it's not a bad ratio. Just barely over one base runner per inning. Buehrle, in 144 innings, has given up 159 hits and just 27 walks.
That ball way back. He looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! Number 27 for Konerko, and it's a 2-1 ball game.
It's a little changeup. Perfectly slowed down as Konerko and full contact.
Timo Perez taking a little butcher boy and takes a strike. 27 homers, 68 RBIs for Konerko. With that home run by Paulie, the Alex Nelius family will donate $100 to White Sox charities for every Sox homer hit throughout the course of the season. That is number 144, so $14,400 donated by Alex and Ursula Snellius. 2-1. And Sox fans, do you know how easy it is to dress like your favorite player? Just go to WhiteSox.com and click on Shop. For everything from player jerseys to t-shirts and caps, WhiteSox.com. Shop for all your White Sox merchandise. 3-1.
Minnesota have been playing some very, very good baseball, mainly because their starting pitchers have been throwing the ball extremely well. They have won 7 of their last 9 games, have the Twins. Starters have been going 6 and 7 innings almost every time out there recently. Allows that bullpen of theirs to really line up nicely for them at the end of a game. They don't have to put people out there in situations that they're not real comfortable in.
And there's a solid base hit by Timo. Hunter will get over and get it in.
Looked like an off-speed pitch that Timo was able to adjust to. Yep, just a little flip of the bat, a lot like Konerko. And that's what it takes. I mean, you can't go up there against a guy like Brad Radke thinking fastball, fastball, fastball. Normally you want to, but you can know that you're going to get some off-speed stuff. The problem is he's going to see during that game that you're doing that, and he'll make an adjustment and throw you nothing but fastball. So you got to stay in the game with him.
There are the numbers on Aaron. 7 for 16 against Radke. Gap in left center. Fakes the bunt, takes the ball. Corey Hunter several steps over towards Mike Dyer and right.
Minnesota half game over the Sox, leading the Central. I think two teams have switched back and forth in place 14 times this year.
I don't know.
Gonna be,
I just know one thing. We knew that Minnesota is not going to go away.
No, gonna be fun.
Not a good effort right there by Aaron. And the count 1-1. They will not go away. Kind of team you got to knock them out before they'll quit.
And hey, I just looked down and saw Joey Cora. Joey Cora had himself a baby girl today.
How about that?
Kimberly Annie.
And he'll be with us next half inning, as he will be the one to be interviewed. There's Joey. Our new Papa. And we want to know how you guys feel about this pilot program with players being mic'd, and so far the response has been overwhelmingly positive. The ball hit hard off the glove of Koski. And Timo will be held at third, so one out, runners at the corners on a bullet off the bat of Creedy.
Well, you don't see that too often. Corey Koski not coming up with a hot smash down there. I don't know how it scored yet, but this ball was smoked by Creedy. Koski gets down there, as he does so often, trying to keep eye level to the ball, and it's just right off the side of his mitt, and he's going to pick up his 9th error of the season.
Well, that's a hang whuffle for Creedy right there when you hit it that hard. But we want to know what you feel about it, so log on to www.whitesox.com and tell us what you think. As here's Jamie Burke. He's got the mic tonight in his pocket. Jamie at 327. First time he's ever seen Brad Radke from 60 feet 6 inches, and that should be a double play. Well, the Sox blow another opportunity as they did in the first inning. But they get the homer by Canerco, and after two, it's Minnesota by 1. 2-1 Minnesota here in the top of the third, and joining us down in the dugout is a proud new Papa, Joey Cora. Joey, congratulations.
Thank you, Hawk. I want to say hi to my wife, Kyria. She's probably hurting there watching the game, and the new one, Kimberly Ann. And she don't know anything about baseball, but she's a soft fan, though.
Yeah, 5 pounds, 11 ounces. Everybody doing okay?
And later, yeah. Thank God. We were there since 7 last night, and today at 12:49, I had my first one, so it was great experience. Okay,
Joey. Joey, you've been doing just really what has been turned out into an unheralded, terrific job at third base, and you know, all of a sudden now we don't have that quick strike attack as much as we did with the loss of Mags and Big Frank. That's not going to change your philosophy at all at third, is it?
No, I'm going to send it if I think we got a chance to do it. I'm sending people. So you see me throughout the year, and I take chances, and maybe I take a little bit more because we won't hit as many homers. But the way Paul is swinging and Carlos Lee swinging, I think we can hang in there and maybe play a little hit and run here and there and run a little bit, and I'll send them home.
Well, you know, Joey, one of the things I think that...
oh, my God. That wasn't very nice.
Yeah, wouldn't it? You'd be doing the interview, you get smoked right in the coconut.
Yeah.
But, you know, one of the things that y'all had in that meeting that was so, I think, germane is that, you know, talent really does not win unless you got an inordinate amount, so to speak. It's the teamwork and the unity is Joe's got to make a tough play, and he didn't make it. There's Ed Montague. Lou Ford can run.
He can play. He can play the game. He's a very good player.
So another soft single by Minnesota.
Hey, Joey, you know, one thing, you know, when we were teammates here in '94, one thing about our team at that time, which was a first-place team, So we had a leadoff hitter, a number 2 hitter, number 3, number 4, number 5, and guys all knew their roles, knew how to do things right. You knew how to move the runner along, when to bunt. Nobody had to tell you. It seems like this year, it's almost like some of the players that are in this lineup have to constantly be told what situation is which. Has that been something that's just been a constant on the year?
I think because of inexperience. I mean, everybody thinks that Willie been in the league for 10 years, and that's not the case. And it's the same way with Uribe and our guys on top of the lineup. They're young, they're inexperienced, they haven't played the game at this level as much as you would like in a championship team, but they're learning. And like Will in the first at bat, he goes out there and gets a bunt and start running that the way he's supposed to do. And he got to third base with 1 out. You can ask for anything more than that. So if he keeps doing that, and Uribe had a nice game the last time he started. Hopefully he's going to start tomorrow. He keeps swinging on. We need those guys to get on base. Once they get on base, then the Carlos Lee, the Everett, and Corneco, they become much more dangerous, and they're going to have to pitch to them. So, but that's what we're here. That's what we coaches, and we get paid. So we have to tell the guy to do this. We will tell them, and we've been doing it the whole year, and they're learning. They'll be all right.
And you have been doing an outstanding job. And thanks for the time, Joey.
Thanks, Hawk.
Thanks, Joey.
Okay, and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Joey Cora. Well, he's been fun to watch at third base. Real nice.
No, actually, Joey Cora on the year has been one of the unsung heroes. I mean, he has been as involved as any player with the decisions he has made, and the right ones at that. I'd say 99.9% of the time on which decision. Send a guy home, keep him here at this base, keep him at second base. I mean, it has been just tremendous to see his consistency down there at third base on the year. He's been a very important reason why we've won.
He gone. First strikeout for Buehrle.
He's going with the straight change. That's right. Who says lefties can't throw changeups to lefties? Unbelievably, that is the philosophy of some of them. And even if it's one of their best pitches, they just won't use it.
Well, that statement at the end just mystified me. And it always has. If it is one of the best pitches, and what are you going to ask Jamie Moyer not to throw changeups to left-handed hitters? You're going to ask Brad Radke not to throw changeups to right-handed hitters?
I mean, the
best pitch in their arsenal?
The best thing about that is a lot of left-handed hitters say lefties don't throw changeups to lefties. So if you're doing it, you're getting away with it.
Corey Hunter fouls it away. You know, getting back to Joey Cora, though, this is the 96th ball game for us this year. We come in at 52 and 43. How many times this year do you think he's made a bad decision? In your opinion, how many times do you think he's made a bad decision?
One.
Me too. One time. That's the only time I thought he made a bad decision. And this is our 96th ball game. Now that's unbelievable for a third base coach. That is totally unbelievable. As the runner took soft, but pitch is fouled back.
You know, and I talked to Joey earlier this year. I said, Joey, let me ask you a question. How in the heck are you so outstanding at coaching at third base? I mean, you haven't been doing it that long. And he reminded me, he said, hey, DJ, I was, managed 3 years down in the minor leagues. I'm like, okay. I forgot. Managers they coach the third base box in the minor leagues.
Yeah, they drive the bus.
That's it.
Wrap the ankles.
I forgot. So he's been doing it. He is experienced at it.
Right back. And a good choice right there. It's a 6-3 double play. And that'll retire to the side. We're at the bottom of the third. It is 2-1 Minnesota.
Guys, see you.
All right, thank you very much. We got ourselves a 2-1 deficit here. Willie Harris had a bunt single, a stolen base in the first inning, and then he went to third on the throwing error by Henry Blanco. He was there with 1 out, but we couldn't get him in. And we got some bad news about the Minnesota second baseman Nick Punto. Broken right clavicle. That is too bad. That is bad fortune.
Well, it is. It really is, because he's been playing well for Minnesota, and at the same time, I mean, he's already spent some time on the disabled list earlier in the season. To get him back and healthy, and he's contributing to the team. Been on a 6-game hitting streak, driving in 6 runs, and now right away they lose another key piece just when they all were getting healthy.
Well, he's not going to be the regular second baseman as Willie Rivas is, but the thing is you put him in there and you can rest Rivas, and you can rest if Koski gets hurt, or you can, Guzman. So he is indeed a big, important piece.
Well, no question. The others
to this Minnesota infield.
The others that had been called up while Punto was down were not contributing.
Yeah.
So they lost a big key.
Yeah, dadgum right. There's just a little safety swing. If you miss that injury, here it is.
A great bunt by Willie Harris, forcing Punto to come in and try and make that tremendous play. And he just came down as hard as he could on that shoulder.
I was surprised, you mentioned when he was walking off the way he was swinging his right arm.
Well, you look at him now. He's getting up, using both hands, pushing off. I mean, he was in extreme pain. You could see when Jim came out and checked him.
Jose takes ball 1. And that evens the count. Made a good pitch on him. Willie Rivas. 2 out. In the summer, the White Sox Training Academy Centers are coming to a site near you. Our week-long summer baseball and fast pitch camps are for kids ages 7 to 14. Plus, we have added little sluggers. That's camps for ages 5 and 6. So for details, visit bullsoxacademy.com or call 630-PLAY-BALL. Carlos Lee struck out. Takes a strike.
Now they lose Punto. They're waiting for Joe Mauer to come back. Mauer has been working out in a pool trying to get his knee back in good shape. He missed a lot of time this year because of that injury. He'd come back and was swinging the bat extremely well. Last time we saw Minnesota, he killed us, did Mauer. But then not long after that, he was placed back on the disabled list. Now they're trying to make do until he's healthy. Lee Croy doing some catching along with Blanco.
One and 2 the count. Good 2-strike hitter. Carlos, come on.
You'll notice that Brad Radke has a lot of 2-strike counts on hitters. Hitters will walk up there, ready to hit, but he'll throw a perfect pitch on them so they don't swing. 0-1. Then he'll throw another outstanding pitch. Maybe they'll foul it off. 0-2. Then he tries to get the hitters to chase his pitches after that just off the corners.
Jobs that one foul. Count hangs at a ball and 2 strikes with 2 down here in the bottom of the 3rd. Jam-packed house here at U.S. Cellular Field. Going to the top of the 4th in Milwaukee. No score. Cubs and the Brewers. Montreal leading the Mets 12-5. Boston shutting out Baltimore 10-0. Bottom of the 6th at Camden Yards. Koski will suck it up. And the first 1-2-3 inning for Radke. We'll go to the 4th, trailing. 2-1 bad guys here in the top of the 4th. It'll be Kadire, Koski, and Blanco to face Mark Buehrle. Mark 25 games over the 500 mark in his career at 63 up, 38 down. There's the strike. Kadire, good looking young player. Twice
All guys.
he has gone out to Jose.
Guys,
And tomorrow the Cubs face off against the Brewers of Milwaukee. Cubs Brewers tomorrow at 6:30 right here on Fox Sports Net. Our game against Minnesota tomorrow night will be over WCIU Channel 26 in case you can't make it to the ballpark.
Corey Koski, what an outstanding player he's been at third base for the Twins.
You know who he reminds me so much of? The way he plays, the way he carries himself, the way he conducts himself. Except he's a left-handed hitter. The other guy was a right-handed.
Who's that?
Sal Bando of the Oakland A's.
In other words, a couple of true professionals, huh?
Consummate.
You know, Koski, let's not forget, back in 2001, became the second third baseman in Major League history to have 100 runs scored, 100 runs driven in, 30 plus doubles, 25 or more home runs, and 25 or more stolen bases. So in other words, he had speed, power, production, everything was there.
No, he's been a good player. Been a real good player. Been a money player for the Twins as Bando. Well, having Bando at third base in that infield, a great Oakland ball club when they won 5 consecutive divisional titles and 3 consecutive world championships. It's like having another manager. 2-2.
The way Corey Koski plays the game is the kind of way I love guys to go about their business. They don't have to be flashy. They're just good.
And that's tough. And into the corner. Ball gets away from Timo. Now Koski is going to give it a shot. Here's a throw. And he is safe. They're going to credit him with a triple. The second of the season.
Now Timo got down there close to that ball and did a little weird ricochet on him. And it got past him. And Corey just mentioned a minute ago he can run at 27 stolen bases in 2001. So he gets it down that line and you don't get it back in quick, he will be standing on third.
Sox bring the infield in for Henry Blanco. He started off that 1-run second with a 2-out, nobody on single to left. He just hit a bullet out there on a changeup.
And you can see once again not taking a chance. Earlier this year, a situation like this, which was a squeeze situation with the hitter up there, Ozzie didn't call a pitch out, and the first pitch, of course, was a squeeze.
Count evens at 1. Well, it's just hunch, rolling the dice.
And as a matter of fact,
craps.
yeah, as a matter of fact, I think it was against Minnesota that it took place. Right now it's from pitch to pitch, cat and mouse. That pitch there was really to prevent a squeeze in case it was on.
Well, right now, what he can do to really is a quick step off real quick. Buehrle, I'm talking about. Just step off real quick and see if Blanco reacts. Give you a little idea. Meanwhile, he's worried about that. And count 3-1.
That's it. Which is now a perfect time to squeeze.
Squeeze when you can hit 2-run homers. And it's 4-1. That count got Buehrle right there. First pitch out. Third pitch way inside.
That's it. Mark was worried about that one run. Forgot that Blanco has enough power to produce 2 quick ones. 3-1. No matter what, he knew a fastball was coming right there, and sure enough, there's a little bit of a cutter. Up, inner part of the plate, and way out of here.
There's Guzman. Well, the thing was, changed that whole sequence of pitches to Henry Blanco was that little weird pop out there in right field. They created the triple instead of the double.
Yep. Yeah. It's amazing how one little extra base really changed the outcome of the game.
2-1.
A close ball game. If somebody throws a wild pitch, a man on second, and gets into third with less than 2 outs, just like that. Pressure on.
Can he get him? Good effort by Willie.
Willie knocks it down, fully stretched out, and then loses his feet. And that was all it took for Speedy Guzman to get down there.
There's Shannon Stewart. He's 2 for 2 and hadn't hit a ball hard yet with an RBI also on a run scored.
We're here in the top of the 4th inning. Buehrle's already allowed 9 hits. There's already been 4 occasions where he's allowed more than 9 hits in a game. 10 hits he's allowed 3 different times this season, and 11 one other time.
A ball, a strike, and out here in the top of the 4th. 4-9-2 for Minnesota. 1-3-0 for our Sox. Just tuning in, lone Sox run coming on. Paul Konerko's 27th homer, leading off the 2nd inning.
Many times you might be better off just throwing good 4-seam fastballs down the middle to Stewart. He's one of those kind of hitters that, against good pitchers especially, will hit the ball on the outside corner and the inside corner. He fights that off. But a lot of the times, he knows those quality guys out there are not going to throw it down the middle of the plate. And you can sneak up on them with it. How many times have we talked about those great hitters, the Rod Carews, guys like that? Certain pitchers just said, to heck with it, I got no chance. I'm just going to throw it down the middle, let him get himself out. Happens a whole bunch of times.
That pitch away, and he just lines it into right field. And here comes Coop. Coop. Gotta get out there and tell him, start pitching somebody inside a little bit. Mark has had great success against Minnesota. 3-0 this year with a 1.66 ERA coming into the night. 13-4 in his career. And it's been because most of the time he has probably pitched him inside as well as any pitcher in this league.
Well, to me, Mark tonight has just not been as aggressive as we usually see him. He is get it and throw it and go after him. And of course, we mentioned before, when you face a team so many times, and especially a good team, they are going to make adjustments to you. It's up to you to realize that and beat them to the punch.
Rivas has been to the plate one time. Hit a soft line drive to Joe Creedy. Two on, one out. Minnesota trying to pick up more here after the 2-run homer by Henry Blanco. Oh, 0-2 the count. Ate him up inside. And that's out number 2.
3 straight pitches inside to Rivas.
You got to pitch these guys inside. Sometimes Mark will get out there, and he knows it. Mark doesn't. He's a smart guy. You know, here's a guy with 25 games over 500 in his career. He's just 25 years old. He's going to get better. But sometimes he gets out there and he just goes away. And instead of throwing every pitch with pure conviction like most of the time he does. It's almost like he's just trying to paint on that outside, just off the outside corner. These guys just reach out there and light him up.
If you're going to go away, it better be the kind of hitting team that's just looking to launch instead of take their hits and put
That's not
up
this
against
kind
them.
of team. That's why he's had good success against them in the past by pitching them inside. Let him hit it hard like that. That's all right. Ford is 2 for 2. A little soft single in the left and a little infield single that he beat out on a swingy bunt down to Creedy. Ford's had good luck against Buehrle. He's now 7 for 13 off of it. That'll even the count up at 2. So 2 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the 4th. Aggressive, threw that pitch with conviction, and be gone. But they come up with a pair. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. We need some run. Not good here in the bottom of the 4th inning, but we got plenty of time. 18 outs against Brad Radke. The only thing is, Radke has had Carl Evans. There's pitch hunting, bobble, and they still get it. And right now, let's check out our sounds of the game on Paul Konerko's home run in the 2nd inning.
Got him. Yes, get up. That baby. Yeah. That baby. That baby. Woo.
And here is Paulie. Takes first pitch strike. The only thing about you give Brad Radke a lead and in his own mind says, hey, that's enough. Then you got a problem.
Ed.
Oh, and he's been throwing the ball well for quite some time now, has Radke. In fact, you go back to May 1st. All the way back to May 1st. He's only had 3 starts where he's allowed more than 3 earned runs.
Paulie. Nice effort right there by Konerko. Ball going away from him. He was trying to go right with it. Put a nice pass on it just underneath him.
The one that got away. Got a story to tell.
It's the way I used to play the outfield.
Radke knows how to pitch up.
2 down. And LaSalle Bank and the Sox are teaming up with Literacy Chicago to collect new and gently used preschool books for their Greater Chicago Reach Out and Read book drive. Throughout August, bring new and gently used books
Preschoolers staying at LaSalle Bank Branch. Books can also be brought to LaSalle Bank Day here at U.S. Cellular Field on Sunday, August 22nd, when the Sox host Boston. Here's Timo. He laced a single into right field. Takes ball one. Just tuning in, Sox in the first inning had a man on third. One out, couldn't get him in. Second inning had a man on first and third. One out, couldn't get him in. So we have had some chances as we trail by 3.
You know, we have been 4 of the last 5 games very adept at getting it done. Getting them over, getting them in, those types of things, sacrifice flies, moving them along. Yesterday, we had a little trouble. We had a bad game. That just happens. But tonight, we've had a couple of opportunities and haven't capitalized. But Brad Radke, of course, is out there. He is all the difference.
Well, that's all the reason. Sure, you're not going to ever be 100% in your execution rate. There's no question about that. And the better the pitcher, the tougher it is. But when you're operating under the circumstances that the Sox are operating under right now, when you get those opportunities, you better up that average. And I don't care how you do it. And if you can't do it, then you're going to have a problem.
He said it, because Minnesota has faced a pretty good pitcher tonight in Mark Buehrle, and they have been very opportunistic. They're getting it done. They have 10 hits already just through 4 innings.
Into right field. And look at Kadire. Nice catch by the young 25-year-old outfielder. And we're into the 5th. Top of the 5th inning, Justin Morneau. 0 for 2 with an RBI. Nice pick underneath Buehrle, right where he should be, and a 1 out. And in between innings, Mark Buehrle was really shaking out that arm.
Yeah, a little reason for concern right there. If Mark Buehrle, who is about a bigger gamer as you're going to come across, is doing that. Now, he does wear this really, really warm stuff to keep his shoulder hot. Don't know if that has anything to do with it. It shouldn't be that he'd be shaking his arm out like that.
Torrey Hunter, he's 0 for 2.
You know, just realize we're showing that after Mark Buehrle went in after throwing his firmest fastball of the night, and he struck out Ford.
Outfield straight up. Aaron. 2 down.
Let's take a look right now, folks, at our Aflac trivia question.
Aflac!
Which White Sox player recorded 8 RBI versus the Twins on July 2nd, 1977?
Here's Kadire. Well, he just made a nice catch off Timo Perez. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Twice he's gone out to Jose Valentin. And on Friday, August 6th, the first 10,000 fans receive a White Sox t-shirt courtesy of Hooters when the Sox take on the Indians at 7:05. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com.
2-2 the count. And that's laced right back through the middle. That's what Minnesota does so well, and that's one reason they have been tough against us in the past. Our guys can make pretty good pitches on them away, and they take you into right or back through the middle.
Always have been doing that. You know, Mark now has matched his season high and hits allowed in the game 11, and he's just in the top of the 5th inning.
Koski takes a breaking ball strike. He's 1 for 2. Tripled and scored last inning.
And that he's had 11 hits after coming off of basically his best performance in his career, a 2-hitter. Where he faced the minimum 27 batters over 9 innings.
Well, he had a 1-hitter
against
Tampa Bay, but that was, in my opinion, I've seen him pitch every game he's ever pitched. And that, to me, was the best game he's ever pitched. And that's pretty good hitting ball club, too, Claypool. There goes the runner. There's his throw. He'll grab some bench. And that'll return to the side. Beautiful peg by Jamie Burke. We're halfway home, trailing by 3.
Right now, our Geico Direct moment quote from Ozzie Guillen on the 17 straight games here in the AL Central. When you've got to pick up ground, you just play against your own division. When you have a chance to fight against them, you don't have to wait for somebody else to do it. That's the best thing. Right? Is to beat up on our own division and take advantage of the situation.
Well, we're getting beat up on tonight, 4-1. But it's just the bottom of the 5th. Aaron Roy, Joe Creedy, and Jamie Burke. Radke comes right at him. Gets a strike with that inside pitch and the count 0-1.
Minnesota has been very, very successful this year if they win the first game of a series. They are 15-3 in those scenarios, taking the series.
Now tomorrow it'll be Freddie Garcia against Johan Santana. On Wednesday afternoon, Esteban Loaiza against Carlos Silva. One and 2. Oh, the thing that has been so attractive about Minnesota's ball club over the years has been their attitude. They have played better than their talent. And the only way you can do that is with an attitude. Nice pitch by Radke. Morneau.
Taking a look at the Minnesota Twins. Home and on the road. They have just been outstanding in both locations, 28 and 22. So winning record at home, 26 and 22 winning record on the road. Therefore, you come up with that nice record they have, leading the division 54 and 44.
Well, here's Creedy. Joe hit a rocket off the glove. He had a good grip right there, too, of his counterpart, Roy Koski. And you can tee off with White Sox players, coaches, and local celebrities on Monday, August 16th at the Field of Greens golf outing at the Links at Carillon and Plainfield. Proceeds will benefit White Sox charities in their efforts to fight cancer in children. So for reservations and details, call 312-674-1000. High to right. Good iron.
mentioned that Brad Radke is, since the beginning of May, only had 3 games where he's allowed more than 3 earned runs. But just 2 starts ago against Kansas City, they were just laying in wait for him. He was only out there for 3 innings, gave up 8 hits, 7 earned runs. So he's been touched up lately.
Here's Jamie hit into a 5-4-3 double play. In the second. Was that a day game or a night game? Does it say?
No. He's been outstanding in night games this year. His night earned run average is 3.73. So daytime's been a little tougher on him.
It's just funny how that happens. The Cleveland Indians, who later went to Boston Red Sox, played I was involved. Cleveland had a right hand with outstanding stuff named Sonny Siebert. I mean, as good a right hand stuff as it was in the league. At night, he was unhittable. But you catch him today, it looked like 2 different guys, like 2 different animals. It was unbelievable how the difference was from night to day when he pitched.
Weird how some guys, they just don't get in a good routine before those day games. Just
Well,
don't
the
get a good
spin,
night's
you
sleep.
could see the spin off him in the day, and you could not see the spin off on him in the night. We're sitting around here BSing, and here's Radke's retired 10 in a row.
Let's take a look right now at our Aflac Trivia question and its answer. Which White Sox player recorded 8 RBI versus the Twins in July '77? Jim Spencer.
Troy Koski was at the plate when Micah Dyer was gunned down by Jamie Burke. Triple and run scored in the 4th. And the count 0-2. And Wednesday, August 11th, well, that is Cancer Survivor Night here at U.S. Cellular Field when the Sox take on the Royals at 7:05. So for details and tickets, call 312-674-5355. Ball hit hard in the center. There. So a long out. And that'll bring up Henry Blanco. Bullet single in the left and scored in the second. He just cranked out his 6th homer, a 2-run shot in the 4th.
And Buehrle, if he's going to go in, it's going to be well off the corner. Other than that, he'll stay away. Flashback, 4th inning, cutter in, 3-1, bye-bye. Buehrle was worried about the squeeze scenario with the man on 3rd base. Koski had just tripled, messed around and had the 3-1 count, tried to get that cutter in on him. He was laying in wait for him and nailed it.
Well, that's one of the differences. People say, well, why is it that important to pitch in? Why should guys pitch in? Why do you say they have to pitch in? Well, the difference being is that you can pitch away, and it really does not do anything that's going to enhance your performance that night, even if you get beat. But whereas you pitch in, you're going to get a definite response from the hitter. You're going to get him looking in. And the pitchers will tell you, as the hitters will tell you, the worst feeling that a hitter can have is when he goes to the plate and he knows a guy's going to bust him in. That's the worst feeling a hitter can have. So if that's the worst feeling a hitter can have, then the pitcher has got to take that away from him. And by pounding him inside.
Well, the only guys I ever faced that pitched away basically 85% of the time who were successful were guys that had outstanding changeups and pinpoint control.
Right. Well, you know, the White Sox had a good guys. There's a line. Tommy John. Tommy John pitched away. He had that freak sinker. Meanwhile. And that's the story here in the bottom of the 6th. And right now, let's show you a little slow motion on our Major League Baseball pilot program. This is a bunt in the 1st inning. Watch Willie get down that line. All of them. Of course, that also is a play that Nick Punto broke his right clavicle. I love the slow motion. Here is Willie. 1 for 2. Of course, we want to hear how you feel about slow motion and how having players might, interviews with coaches throughout the game. Just log on to www.whitesox.com to tell us what you think. There's that one foul. You know, getting back to pitching inside, there's so many things in baseball over the years. Sandy Koufax, who really didn't have to pitch inside that much because he had such tremendous ability and tremendous control. For a period of 6 years, Sandy may have been the best that ever lived. Another little soft defensive swing right there by Willie. But even Sandy would say that Dodger staff was renowned for pitching inside, obviously headed up by Don Drysdale. They would tell you, show me a guy that can't pitch inside and I'll show you a loser. That's how important it is. And for all you youngsters out there who don't throw real hard, the softer you throw, the more you got to pitch inside. Here's Jose Valentin. He's 0 for 2. Disco, if you don't believe it, just go ask Jeremy Bonderman. Well, that was a joke. Checks it up, fouls it off. Watch out.
I told you before, you know, the only guys that I've seen pitch away, and come in and just keep you honest, come in if you lean on them. The guys that were very successful at control on the outside corner, just off the outside corner, changing their speeds out there, but they still had to pitch in successfully.
Sure they did.
How many times I struck out looking. Tom Glavine pitching me away, going out there, umpire giving him a little off the corner, fouling pitches off, and then all of a sudden he zaps one on the inside corner for a strike, and you're standing there looking. He threw just hard enough, about 88 miles an hour, 89 miles an hour with that fastball. That outstanding control. It would start it off the inside corner, tail it back, you jump back as a right-handed hitter, and you're grabbing some bench.
Now, as I said, the softer you throw, the more you got to pitch in. It's high. Kadai. And you know, you'll run across every now and then. You run across some pitching coaches, and I must say that although they won't be there very long, and they have not had lasting tenure, so to speak, that don't believe in pitching inside. And I mean, it's, you know, you talk to them and say, well, what's your reasoning for not wanting your guys to throw inside? Well, they want everything to go away. Sliders away, sinkers away. Anything inside's got to be well in off the plate. This is a show me pitch, and then go back away. As I said, those guys usually don't last very long at all. The guys, the pitching coaches that last the longest in the big leagues and have the longest tenure. The guys, first of all, you got to have pretty good mechanics, but they are the ones who teach guys how to get guys out, and primarily by setting it up by pitching inside. And we're not talking about drilling guys. We're not talking about hitting guys. But if you're going to pitch inside occasionally, you know you're going to miss him there, and somebody's going to get bumped. And that's part of the game. Two and two the count to Carlos. Carlos has struck out and grounded to third. Good try by Radke.
Radke has thrown Carlos 5 pitches. 5. Carlos has not taken the bat off of his shoulder. He's got a full count. That tells you how smart Brad Radke is. Got a good aggressive hitter like Carlos up there, and he's throwing perfect pitches to him.
Throws him a changeup on working out. Well, he and Blanco are really working well together. You know, we mentioned a game that Buehrle had against Cleveland, but Jamie Burke was a big part of that as well. And Blanco and Radke have a terrific rhythm going tonight. They're working as a tandem, and they seem to be exactly on the same wavelength. That is 13 in a row retired by Radke.
Yankees line up again tonight. He'll get test results tomorrow, hoping to explain why he's felt fatigue. He is denying that it could have a fatal intestinal parasite. Back to you.
All right, Chris, that is not good news, as Shannon Stewart will lead it off here in the top of the 7th inning. 4-1 Twins. Stewart. He's 3 for 3. 2 soft singles and a hard single. 1 run knocked in and 1 run scored.
And Shannon Stewart still. The thought process when he's swinging the bat well, just throw it down the middle, let him get himself out. Or, that's with a good fastball, or just go really slow as he did on that last pitch.
Had him out in front on that. He finally is retired, and on Sunday, August 8th, the first 20,000 fans receive a White Sox sunshade, courtesy of ESPN Radio 1000, when the Sox take on the Indians at 2:05. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. Rivas 0 for 2 in this game. Nick Punto, who started at second base, the very first hitter in the bottom of the first, broke his right clavicle. That's a fair ball. Rivas will pony into second.
Season high 12 hits allowed by Mark Buehrle. This is going to be his last inning, or maybe his last batter he just saw. He's thrown a lot of pitches, and Ozzie Guillen was hoping he'd come out and have himself a quick 1-2-3 inning and give him one more pop at trying to get some offense.
Cliff Polite. Mark gave up a run in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the fourth. He departs. And right now let's check out our upcoming ATA schedule. You see, Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon. It's a 1:05 start on Wednesday against Minnesota. And it's off to Detroit for 4, off day, and then Kansas City for 3. But a pitching change here at the top of the 7th with Rivas at second, 1 out.
And Cliff Polite. Cliff got that earned run average down to 3.82 this year. Boy, he has come down a long way his last 15 or so appearances. 237 only. That's what opponents have batted against him, and now he's got to leave that man right out there at second base.
Lou Ford, 2 for 3 tonight. An infield single, swinging bunt. As there's first pitch strike. $38,362 in attendance. Count of 1-2. Really, for the most part, they're one of the quieter crowds. Even though Minnesota, well, they scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second. They led it 2-0, then Konerko homer in the bottom of the second. And they came back with 2 in the top of the fourth, but it's been the most we have seen a crowd out of the ball game, so to speak, all year maybe.
Oh, yeah. Brad Radke's retired. How many in a row now?
13.
Yeah. Brad Radke has made things extremely quiet around here this evening. I think in the second inning, that's the last time we had the crowd into it. After that home run, we had an opportunity to get another run home, and then the double play.
He's retired everybody since then. Two and two.
He gone.
Very nice sequence right there by Cliff Pulley, getting ahead quickly against a very good hitter, Ford. He went up right over his coconut on an 0-2 pitch and missed with the 4th pitch in the at-bat, and then a nice slider down and away. That had Ford thinking inside. That's what happens. Make a guy think about inside.
That's why the inside pitch, he didn't get hit. But you got to make him aware. Like those good pitchers would say, you got to make them move their eyes and you got to make them move their feet.
The emergence of Justin Morneau has pretty much made Doug Mankiewicz a possible trade.
0-2 the count.
Possible trade situations. Minnesota looking to make some moves and improve, possibly in the starting pitching.
Well, you just got the feeling they're going to do something. They've been laying in the weeds underneath the radar for ever this season. Little comeback. A nice job by Cliff. Oh, he has been rock solid. Oh, wow. Meanwhile, 7th inning stretch, 4-1. Carl Everett here in the bottom of the 7th. We need some action. Jackson.
Yes. As you know, that's what I was called my whole life. Huh? Boy, you are good.
Everett 0 for 2. Big hot. And just underneath it. And the count, 2 strikes.
That's nothing new. That's the way it's been most of the night for Brad Radke. 2 strikes on everybody. Doesn't have but 3 strikeouts, but still, when you're ahead like that, hitters got to become more defensive.
When you throw first pitch strike, you got control. You got control of the game. Throw first pitch strike, you got control of the hitters.
Brad Radke has got a very good curveball. He's not had to use that too much tonight.
And that's going to go foul. Carl has 2 at-bats, has lined hard to center and grounded out 3-1. It's coming down pretty good, and always does look harder on television. There's no question about that. The 1-2. Good check by Carl.
One way to get these fans back into it is some quick offense. And just at the bottom of the 7th inning, plenty of time for the Sox to still get some stuff up on the board.
Those num-nums. Well, there are pitches. Sox are playing, and we will tell you that they have certainly had some good pitches to hit tonight and just haven't gotten the job done. But that's hasn't been the case.
No.
Tonight.
Radke has been on his game.
Yeah. And let me ask you a question. Driving to the ballpark this afternoon, did you expect any less?
No. You know, I really felt that this would be a
Me too.
3-2 type game.
I thought it would be 2-1, 3-2.
I didn't feel that they'd have 12 hits against Mark tonight, but at the same time, they only put 4 runs on the board along with those 12 hits. So Mark gave us a chance.
Yes, he did. That is high and deep. Stretch. Get back there. Kadire right in front of the track hauls it in. He just missed it. Now there was a good pitch to hit. He hung him one and got away with it.
And right now it's time to take a look at what we just missed was a home run. But our Century 21 home run leaderboard, most home runs at home in the majors. White Sox, 85 of them. Boston and Philadelphia, 77. The Yankees. Over Wrigley Field, they've hit 76. Texas and Colorado. All good hitting places.
So here's Polly. Polly has accounted for our only run with his 27th homer.
You're talking about that 10th man. Fans are getting back into it. Well, stir crazy right about now as Carl Everett got him pumped up, just missing that home run.
Just off the corner, and the count 2-0.
This is where you step out as a hitter. You start thinking to yourself, all right, it's 2-0, Brad Radke out there. There's no chance he's going to throw me a 2-0 fastball right here. It's going to be a changeup or a curveball, but it's not going to be a fastball right here.
It is if you get it in that kind of spot. That's where you got to, against the better the pitcher, the more the plate you got to concede.
Well, that was a fastball down in the way 2-0, and Paulie figured that's the next best thing. I'm going after it.
Well, you know, that's the thing. When you get Radke 2-0, what DJ said is so true. He's not going to throw you a cookie. So you got to zone him in. Now you zone him in. If he throws one down and away, then you just got to take it. That's Timo. He's 1 for 2. Because you still got 2 more strikes.
Boy, how many at-bats did I give away? 2-0 counts. Swinging at those pitches, I thought, oh, well, that's close enough.
Well, you know one thing. I only saw you play, you know, when you're over here and against us in the American League and with us, but as you get older, you give away fewer and fewer.
Well, that's it. That was early in my career. I did
early in your career, I mean, yeah, everybody until you learn. And the veterans, that's where the veterans have really got to come into play with young hitters. Hey, you don't swing at that pitch on 2-0. You don't swing at that pitch on 3-1. You take it. Pretty soon they can hammer that into your head and you start taking bad pitches on 2-0, 3-1. Pitcher's pitches, or B pitches. This is 16 in a row retired by Radke, and he leads it by 3. (4-1) Minnesota, top of the 8th inning. Torrey Hunter, Mike Kadire, and Corey Koski to face Cliff Polite. Hunter 0 for 3, a couple of flyouts to center. He also was hit into a 6-3 double play. Takes a breaking ball strike. Outfield straight up for Torrey Hunter.
And be part of the all-new White Sox baseball fantasy experiences here at U.S. Cellular Field. You can drag the infield, change the bases, watch batting practice from the field, or visit the White Sox broadcast booths. So for details, call Martha Black at 312-674-5396. 2-1.
Mentioned earlier, Torrey Hunter, his number's a bit off compared to what he's been doing the last 3 years especially. Just his 11 home runs. For 3 straight years, he's had 25 or more home runs. Driven in 90 or more runs. Yes, 44 this year. So those numbers that he's been so used to are going to be kind of hard to attain.
Three and one. I can get him. Don't lead off walks.
3 straight years for Torrey, winning a Gold Glove. It's just been outstanding for these Twins.
Neil Kotz, get back on the horse. And the payoff pitch. And right now, let's check out some more sounds of the game. Jamie Burke.
You know, if I could just stay through balls, I'd be amazed what I could do sometimes. Like that one right there, right down the middle of the plate. And right when I make contact, I feel my arms just coming into my body, like just yanking it out. You know what I'm saying?
Paulie. Say,
Paulie's
tell
thinking,
somebody.
I've got my own problems.
Yeah, go tell somebody that cares, man.
Paulie was deep in thought. He was just, we didn't get his response. There was one, I'm sure.
You've been there and I've been there. Yeah, I've had guys come up and say something similar to that. You know, meanwhile, I'm 0 for 16 with 13 strikeouts. I just tell them, hey, don't put any thoughts in my head, man. I'm bad enough right now.
Hey, if I had that situation, I'd just look at him and go, I hear you. That's all he wants anyway, is a sounding board. Didn't really want the advice. Just
don't green fly me, man. 1-2 the count. To Kadire. Twice he has grounded to Jose Valentin. Fifth inning, he just laced the single right back through the middle. Oh man, that's the Lance Johnson jump. And he gone.
Oh, he must have distracted Kadire with such a great jump that Torrey Hunter had. He just waved at the pitch. Almost like, what in the world? I see him running. Oh yeah, there's a pitch on the way too. And you just swing at it. Kadire walked back towards the dugout, just shaking his head as if, man, what in the world am I doing? Torrey picking up his 11th stolen base.
Well, here's Koski. And it's going to go ahead and put him on.
Yeah, I like that decision. We have seen Corey Koski many a time come through with some big hits.
I remember one here a few years ago, James Baldwin, an afternoon game.
Oh, when we should have just, instead of saying, hey, be careful with this guy,
Right.
just put your arm out and say, put
Chad
him
Allen
on.
was on deck.
Oh, man.
And they let JB pitch to him, and he just hit a rocket off that left field wall. And we got beat.
And right now, let's take a look at our Dodge drive of the game. The man walking to the plate provided it in the 4th inning. A 2-run blast on a 3-1 cutter. That is why we're sitting here 4-2. 4-1.
Blanco, that hard single to left, that 2-run homer, and a grounder to short. And make your plans to be with us here at U.S. Arena Field tomorrow night. Boy, we got a good pitching matchup. We had a good one tonight, got a good one tomorrow. Freddie Garcia against Johan Santana. Now, if you can't make it to the ballpark, that game will be over WCIU Channel 26. On Wednesday afternoon, another good pitching matchup. Esteban Loaiza against Carlos Silva. That game right back here on Fox Sports Net. Top of the ninth in Baltimore, 12-5 Boston. Now, you know, sometimes we have seen it with our club. We saw it in 2000. A fight with the Tigers galvanized our team, brought them together, and they went on and they played some terrific baseball the rest of the way.
Isn't that amazing?
And from what we're seeing right here, it appears that the Red Sox got the best mentally, I'm talking about, mentally, of that little set two with the Yankees the other day. The Yankees are leading Toronto big as that ball gets away. So now we got a problem.
Yeah. A couple of bad things right there. A 3-1 count. You saw Blanco early in the game hit a 3-1 ball a long way. Plus, just took ourselves out of the double play. Breaking ball that Jamie Burke tried to get over there and block and couldn't.
Now the infield in. A couple of walks have got us in big hot water. Full count. But at the time that fight started at Fenway Park the other night, the Yankees were leading big. The Red Sox came back and won that game. The Red Sox won yesterday. And the Red Sox are going to win tonight. The Yankees in danger of losing tonight. They were leading big, and Toronto's come back to tie it. It appears that the match went to Boston.
Yeah, and they have a couple of guys that seems got injured in that brawl. Trot Nixon and Jason Varitek.
That's into right field short. Timo coming on. He's got a good arm, but Torrey's got good speed. So here comes Torrey. He's going to give it a shot. And here's the throw. Oh, my gosh. He just leveled Jamie Burke, who did not have the ball. I want to see where Jamie was setting up.
Well, if Jamie wasn't blocking the plate, this is a cheap shot.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see where Jamie was setting up.
Well, Torrey Hunter went out of his way to run over Jamie right there, but it did look like Jamie was just trying to step into him at the same time. Now, Torrey went out of his way to hit him. He did not go for home plate.
That's all right. Okay, that's where you foul one right there. That's where you foul one. That's how things get started right there.
Well, Torrey Hunter laid after Jamie Burke right there. There's no question. Jamie Burke gave him the plate to slide into, and Torrey went after him. That's right.
You just foul that one.
another look at it.
You can see
how far Jamie was from the plate.
Jamie Burke was well inside. Simple as that.
That's all right. It's all right. I don't say it on the air, but I know what the hell I did. And you do too.
You know, players, when they're blocking that plate, and there are some, as long as they're receiving the ball, they think it's all right to go after them, even if they're not at the plate. But when that guy gives you the clear angle to slide into home plate, and you do not do it, I think Torrey Hunter got a message.
Two and two. It's a 5-1 ball game.
We have talked about catchers being able to accept the brunt of a punishment like that when they're standing still.
Now both those walks are going to score. Here's a throw to third. Ball hit him. Oh, 2 runs on just 1 hit.
This ball smoked by Christian Guzman. It's right on the inside corner, and he's looking for it. Short and quick, rocket out there, and he can fly. Simple as that. It deadens once it hits the fence. There's no ricochet whatsoever. He wanted to slow down, realized that ball was out there deep, and then he turns it back on. And the short hop to Joe Creedy is able to pick it and put it on it.
Here's Shannon Stewart, and here comes Ozzie. Cliff Bleed will depart.
There you see our Buick opinion poll, and right now let's take a look at Neil Kotz's numbers. 1 and 3 on the year, a 6.61 earned run average, and opponents hitting 240 against him. And Neil had about his toughest outing all year long yesterday, so he's trying to bounce back from that, have himself a turnaround evening.
Stewart 3 for 4, an RBI and a run scored.
All right, Neil, here you go. Right back at it yesterday. Neil Kotz came on and ended up walking a couple of guys.
Come on, get him, Neil.
He hit a batter. That was all with 2 outs. Gave up 1 hit, gave up 1 run, and left some men out there. And then Mike Jackson came on and gave up a grand slam.
There's a strike. Full count to Stewart.
softly hit into right field. Timo, yes. But they come up with a pair. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. We got some work to do.
And folks, take a look at our U.S. Cellular White Sox question of the day results. Which team will win the season series, White Sox or Twins? Well, White Sox are leading it as of this moment 7-3. Twins leading this game 6-1. And we have a new pitcher for the Twins, Brad Radke. What a great job he did for 7 innings, allowing 3 hits, 1 run. Juan Rincon, he's been outstanding this year. Look at the record, 8-3, 2 saves, a 2.55 earned run average, 49 1/3, 58 strikeouts, just 2 home runs allowed, and opponents hitting just 185. Aaron Rowan to start things off.
Aaron over 2. He's grounded to short and he's popped to first. Guy has got good stuff. Juan Rincon.
Yeah, he's a rock and fire guy. I mean, if anybody you're ever going to hit against doesn't look like he's throwing in the mid-90s, here's one of them. Just kicks the leg up, reaches back, and just a smooth, short, quick throw, and it's on you.
Now to play right side. Good eye, 2-1. Minnesota run into first, 1 in the second, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the 8th. Sox only tally coming in the second. Falconerco's 27th homer. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jackson. And another souvenir right side.
Well, after you foul a couple of Rincon fastballs off to the right side. He doesn't want to throw anything slow, but he does have a very hard slider that he can throw off that outside corner that looks like a fastball. Very difficult to lay off of if you're a right-handed hitter.
Right back through the middle. Aaron just starts us off right here. Come on, guys.
We haven't seen anything like that since the second inning of this game. A base runner.
Well, Radke retired the last 16 in a row. Well, here's Joe Creedy. Reached on an error and fouled out to right field. Denied. Work him out hard. Joe Borchard on deck. Uh-oh. Two down.
That's knowing you had some time right there. Christian Guzman got that ball from Rivas. Took his time. Got away from Aaron Rowan. Way out there. Just double pumps, takes his time, and fires over there, easily getting greedy.
Well, here's Borchard. 1-1 to count to Joe. Rain continues to fall. It always looks hard on TV. Extra innings in Toronto. That ball hit hard into center field. Get back there. You can put it on the board. Yes! Just a rocket off the bat of Borchard. His first since joining the Sox, his 17th of the season. He had 16 down in Charlotte. This is a 6-2 game.
That's what we've been waiting for, that Joe Borchard strength to show up, because he can hit him as hard and far as anybody that's coming down the pipe.
Here's Willie. Takes a strike. He's a powerful man. And that's top foul.
A Hyundai home run replay. Watch this. Short and powerful. No wasted movement from Borchard right there. Just attack.
Yeah, go ahead and try to climb the wall now. And that hit him.
Mike Everett says he got him. Let's take a look. Right on the toe.
They'll bring up Jose Valentin. Jose is due. He's 0 for 3 tonight. And there's going to be a pitching change as Gardner is going to go to that pin. He knows how quickly the White Sox can turn things around. So when Cone departs, Fultz comes on in. Recap of all the action plus analysis from Gold Mountain. Subway White Sox post-game wrap immediately after the game on Fox Sports Net.
New pitcher Aaron Fultz has come on. 3-2 this year. ERA 4.19. He's got a save. And 252 opponents have hit against him. Jose, go get him.
Jose, as we mentioned, is due. Fultz, 30-year-old southpaw, Fayette, Alabama. 6 feet tall, 105 pounds.
185 this year Jose has hit against left-handers, but with 4 home runs.
That's a pitch right there. It's just warming up.
And that was a good one. A very, very slow breaking ball outside corner.
No playing behind Willie. As the count moves to 2-1. Carlos Lee on deck. Oh, he was looking for it. Got it just underneath it. Full count to Valentin with 2 down. Here in the bottom of the 8th. And there's a little chopper. Fair ball. And the side's retired. But the pinch hit homer by Joe Borcher. And we'll go to the 9th. 6-2 Minnesota. Right now, let's check out some more sounds of the game. Jamie Burke after being drilled at home plate by Hunter.
No, I gave him the plate. Plate was right here. I was out here. I mean, he came in front of the plate and got me.
Well, Ben Davis has come in behind the plate. Has first pitch strike to Luis Rivas. I think that play right there just opened up a whole new can of worms.
See, Mike Jackson has come on. He's 2-0, a 5.18 earned run average in 31 games.
Rolls that one by Creedy.
Mike has had his troubles lately, and it appears that Ozzie Guillen trying to find out if he's going to be able to get himself righted. He has been putting him out there pretty consistently lately.
Well, here's Ford. 2 for 4. Soft single left, infield single, and a couple strikeouts. That's into center.
Like what Aaron Rowan did right there. He could not tell if Rivas was going to be tagging. So he took nothing for granted. Got himself in a good throwing position immediately and just got it back in as no left fielder or right fielder was close to yell to him. Watch Aaron. He's getting out and around and getting himself in shape.
Fans are getting all over Torrey Hunter.
And Torrey Hunter turned around and had some conversation with the fans and was instigating things with them. Not a smart move.
Well, here's Justin Morneau. He's 0 for 4. There's the throw. Ball goes into center field. Rivas on his way to third as Aaron slips down.
The White Sox fans are very knowledgeable. They understand baseball. You see the replay of Ben Davis. He's trying to get a quick throw down there. It's just a short hop, in between hop on Jose. He couldn't pick it.
One and one to count. Big hack. Infield in. 2-2.
Well, Mike, keep him right there at third base. Set down Morneau, and you got Hunter.
Full count. 6-14-2 for Minnesota. 2-5-1 for the Sox. He gone.
Shannon Stewart slice one, and he puts on the dive. Does Timo? There's your Giordano's delivery of the game. And there's a new pitcher for Minnesota. It's their closer, Joe Nathan. A great pickup Nathan has been for him. As you see, 27 saves and 28 chances, ERA at 1.01. Opponents hitting just 178. He has 52 strikeouts and 44 2/3 innings.
Carlos Lee will start it off. Carl Everett on deck. And Paul Konerko in the hole. We need 4 to tie. Jacks it up, and the count evens at 1. Two and 1. Cubs leading Milwaukee 3-1, top of the 9th at Miller Park. Pittsburgh 4-2 at PNC. Florida all over Philadelphia. Down in Fort Lauderdale. High pop-up. And everybody, Alphonse and Gaston.
That's terrible. Standing there, looking up. Corey Koski came all the way across the infield and realized I'm in somebody else's territory. They must have it. And no. And right at the feet of Louis Rivas.
Well, here's Everett. Charles line to center, bounced out 3-1. He just missed one going out to right field. Takes ball 1. That's softly hit into center field, but Hunter is there. 1 down.
Nathan has only allowed 2 home runs this season. He's basically been as tough as it gets in that closer's role.
Well, he cracked out his 27th homer, leading off the second. balls, no strikes. Timo Perez on deck. One home run by Minnesota tonight. A 2-run blast by Henry Blanco in the fourth. Blanco those 2 homers, one by Konerko and one by Joe Borchard. Pinch hitting for Jamie Burke. And the count 3-0.
Lock and load. 3-1. You're looking for that same pitch you just took, Paulie. Short and quick.
Full count. Now zone him in, reel him in, and light him up.
Nathan right here could just feature that splitter.
Backhanded by Koski. Over to second. 2 down.
Nice play by Corey Koski. Well off the line. This is a big one-hopper. Mentioned early, he'll get down eye level with the baseball and then quickly flips it over to second base. No chance of turning it.
Timo takes ball 1. Timo 1 for 3. Let's give him a finish, Timo. That's out of play. Once again, a reminder, make your plans to be with us here at the ballpark tomorrow night. Freddie Garcia against Johan Santana. If you can't make it to the ballpark, that game will be over WCIU Channel 26. The Sox got some things to do, some work to do tomorrow. Out of play, left side. Wednesday afternoon, Esteban Loaiza against Carlos Silva. That's up high, 2-2. Just inning, the Sox had an opportunity in the first inning. Had a man on third, 1 out, couldn't score. Second inning, had a man on first and third, 1 out, couldn't score. So things could have been a little bit different tonight. As got to do it, and this ball game is over. So the Minnesota Twins come out to win the first game of this 3-game set, 6-2. And right now, let's go back to our studios and Chris Bowden.
All right, guys, thanks. Coming up on the Subway White Sox postgame wrap, Twins starter Brad Radke kept the Sox offense down early, while counterpart Mark Buehrle